This is the sacred essence of chapter 5 of Garg Samhita, a flow of 39 shloks where devotion meets revelation, and the glories of Sri Radha Krishna blossom like golden lotuses within the heart of sages and seekers. The Lord's secret plan. Long before Krishna appeared on earth, the Lord spoke in Goloka to Brahma and other divine beings. He explained that many souls already close to him loved him deeply, but their love had not yet reached its highest form. The Lord revealed that these devoted souls would not be born as powerful queens or celestial beings. Instead, they would come to earth as simple cowherd women, as gopis in the holy land of Vrindavan. Living simple lives, free from pride and status, their love would become pure, selfless, and complete. Penance born from love. Hearing the promise, many beings felt a deep longing in their hearts. Celestial women, sages, and devoted souls began praying with great dedication. Some performed penance in the Himalayas, while others worshipped the Lord when he appeared in different divine forms. Their prayer was simple and sincere. They say, "Let the Lord be close to us. Let us love him." Seeing their honesty and patience, the Lord assured them that their devotion would surely be fulfilled in a way far more beautiful than they could imagine. The promise of Vrindavan. The Lord then revealed his loving plan. In the age of Dwapar Yuga, he would appear on earth as Sri Krishna in the land of Vrindavan. Those devoted souls would be born there as gopis. In Vrindavan, through the divine Ras Leela, their lifelong longing would be fulfilled. This love was not ordinary romance, but it was devotion so deep that God himself becomes bound by the love of his devotees. Souls placed by divine design. The Lord also arranged the arrival of many other souls. Kings, sages, warriors, friends, helpers, and even future enemies were placed carefully into different families and kingdoms. Some would protect, some would assist, some would challenge, and some would teach important lessons. Every soul had a role. Nothing was accidental, but all were part of the Lord's great divine story on earth. Yogamaya sets the stage. To protect this divine plan, the Lord requested Yogamaya to descend. She would safely transfer Devki's child to Gokul, with Rohini, ensuring Balram's birth could happen without fear from Kamsa, and herself at Nanda's home. Under her guidance, Nanda's home became the stage for the Supreme Lord's childhood pastimes, hidden from the eyes of evil and glowing with divine protection. The infinite Lord in a child's form. Finally, Narad declared the truth to the world. Sri Krishna is not just one among many incarnations, he is the complete Supreme Lord. Though infinite and beyond description, he chose to appear as a playful child. No words can fully describe his greatness, yet he allowed himself to be tied by love, laughed with cowherds, and danced joyfully with the gopis. This is the mystery of Krishna, infinite, yet close, supreme, yet playful, God, yet lovingly human. Thus ends the sacred chapter 5 of Garg Samhita, an invitation to remember, to weep, to worship. The glories of Sri Radha Krishna have only begun to unfold. Hare Krishna. Stay tuned for chapter 6. Thank you so much for watching this divine summary of chapter 4 from the sacred Garg Samhita. If you felt spiritually connected or inspired, you might enjoy the individual explanation of each shlok, available as YouTube shorts on this channel. Feel free to explore them, and if they touch your heart, do like, share and subscribe to stay connected with more sacred content. May the blessings of Goddess Radha and Lord Shri Krishna guide your journey.